Guys, back with another one today. I've been waiting for this one for a long time. Cobes has been talking about this documentary, talking it up, making a big deal about it. How he's a big shot now. He's gonna have a documentary made about him. And man, did it work out wonderful. The guys that made the documentary did a fantastic job. It's super long, so I'm not gonna go and review that whole thing and talk about that whole thing. It's way too long. But it's fantastic. And I've watched a good bit of it already. Totally recommend it. If you search King Cobra right now on YouTube, it's one of the first things that pops up. Amazing documentary. Check that out. But this is a condensed, shortened version from Bogham Chronicles, and it goes over all the key points, the key things, and there's some funny parts. I just want to show you guys. It's awesome.
What up, YouTube? The new documentary aired. I liked the way it was edited, and I appreciated the crew coming out to film. However, there are a couple of things I'd like to politely critique. Being called dumb, I'm a lot smarter than people give me credit for. And then treating me and filming me as though I'm some arrogant, self-absorbed prick who gets bullied all the time.
On the ride, Josh also started talking about Dylan Mulvaney, which was the first of about 40 times he would utter that name in one evening.
I mean, I do deal with the bullying, but I didn't threaten anyone, like they said in the video.
Fuck Cyrax, he's a fucking piece of shit. I kick his ass without having any boxing training, dude.
You don't want
Scrawny ass.
The bar scene where I sang karaoke was awesome. You heard a chick say, "That goth pipe smoker smells good." I was not too drunk when I left the bar. I sneezed and my hat fell off. But the way the camera is angled, it is what it is.
Yeah, that's exactly like the type of arrogant stuff and dumb stuff that people mess with Cobra for. Like, and no joke, man. His stuff's gotten so boring over the last couple months. It's the same thing over and over again. I've seen him review KFC like 5 times, 6 times in the last few months. I've seen him do the same food hacks over and over again lately. The stupid Bogritos. But I think what really hit it off was ever since he did the whole Duster thing and he was huffing on Duster, he's just been the most boring person I've ever watched. And I've watched Cobra for a long time. I've watched him longer than any other lolcow by far. And it's kind of sad because he talks about the same things every video now. It's the same topics, LGBTQ stuff. He talks about food hacks, how he needs money for drinks. He won't even go on live anymore unless he can get money for the stuff he wants to buy. It's gotten outrageous how bad his content has gotten. And it's not just bad from like a creativity standpoint. It's just flat boring these days. The only entertaining thing he'll do is pass out on stream. And then it's just staring at a guy that is sleeping. And that's no fun for anybody. Let's get back to it.
They filmed my TV stand being dusty, and they're like, "Oh God, it's so gross." But as you can clearly see, it's been dusted. It said "fuck the trolls in the dust" because I was being funny. I thought that bit would be hilarious for the documentary. My trolls need fucking help, I will say that. They also seem to think in the new documentary that making videos has become a chore. I disagree. Making videos is never going to be a chore. It's just coming up with creative ideas and recipes.
There was a bell tower down the street going off, and there were crows and ravens flying over my head.
You ask me a question, you film me answering the question. That's what the documentary is. It's like the interview. And then, right at the interview, you fucking had this... Before that interview, you had this grossed out look on your face like...
When Josh is confronted with too much, he doesn't really just start to get angry. He just kind of shuts down. He doesn't really get pissed. He just fully stops responding. This is kind of the point that we got to with him.
He would just continue on his own loop.
thinks my YouTube trolls need to get a life more than I need to get laid. Your obsession with me is fucking sad. Sorry about that.
And like, no joke, that's not just a loop from one day. Like that's become his primary video talking point, is how the trolls are wrong. Everybody else is wrong. He doesn't do anything wrong. He's perfect. His thoughts on sexual orientation and the same gender identity videos over and over and over again are good. That's what it's come down to with Cobes. And I love how his response to it. It's just like, nope, I didn't do that.
Instead of being like, oh, hey, cool, Cobra, what are your thoughts on this? If it's a documentary about me, I don't see how I wasn't trying to overtake the conversation with that. The girl still look on his face. Then he had the nerve to say that he dislikes snakes and reptiles and shit. And then the question I should have asked him is, then why the fuck did you film it? You didn't have to give me anything, dude. I would not have been grumpy if you didn't show up with booze. Like, I haven't had alcohol in a couple days, and quite frankly, I don't need it. I'll drink it when I feel like it. It doesn't mean I have to have it all the time, because that's bullshit. People think I'm stupid. It just works out better for me, so I don't care at this point. I'm so used to being called retarded and shit. And
well, I mean, it is kind of retarded when you go on these rants about how you're going to cut back on your drinking, and then the very next day you go on stream and pass out drunk because people gave you money. Like, you only don't drink when you don't have money. Like, you shouldn't even talk about it at all, and you shouldn't do it on camera if that's really such a big deal for you. So yeah, you are retarded for doing stuff like that, Cobes. Like, come on, man. Everybody knows. If you watch Cobra, you know about it.
Sorry, I wish I would have dusted the TV stand off before filming, but that was kind of funnier with the documentary, especially when it said "fuck the trolls." Because I can enjoy my Halloween without having to give a shit about what my trolls do. But the thought about Cobra in a Halloween costume having a drink at a bar on Halloween just triggers my trolls. They're so jealous of me. Their hatred of me fuels their life. You spend all day texting me like, oh, you're going to have some weird effect on me? Ooh. Bro, people like watching my videos. And you can argue with me on it, but then why the fuck would you go out of your way to film a documentary? As they did say in the documentary, I did not stink. My apartment wasn't disgustingly filthy. I did, however, take a little bit of time getting ready for the bar, and they looked so bored waiting. And it's like, well, you want me to look presentable on camera?
On the way to Josh's apartment, I told him that we were on our way, and he said he still hadn't showered yet. We sat outside his apartment and waited, and waited, and waited. After about an hour of waiting in the car, he texted us and said that his nails were drying, so it would be a little bit. I think we waited outside for almost 2 hours before Josh wandered into the parking lot from his apartment.
And yeah, that's exactly what I expect from Cobes. There is no way that dude willingly showered. He's gone over a month wearing the same shirt before. On camera. He'll stream every single day in the same shirt, and his hair gets all nasty and greasy, and you know he's not showering. That's exactly what I expect from Cobes. So no surprise there. I am shocked they even got him to shower. Absolutely shocked.
You know, I try to clean up a bit. Minus the TV stand, which, oh wait, I did wipe that down within the 3 days they were here filming. I haven't lost the spark to make videos. I'm still making them. Nobody stopped me at the fucking door when I went into Albertsons at one time, so I assumed the ban got lifted. And then, like, you know, the asshole who saw me go in there, I was not drunk when I was in Albertsons. I wasn't. It's just misinformation. It's part of being a YouTube celebrity and part of the persona and physique, or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Wow. He can't even admit that he was trespassed from Albertsons and the guys caught it on film. That's hilarious. I mean, it's kind of sad though. The dude's banned from like half of the places in Casper, but like that's totally his fault. His drunken shenanigans have gotten banned from like every bar he used to frequent. He got banned from the dentist office, and he's got like solid black teeth now, and he can't even go to the dentist. So it's not really surprising. I just don't get why he can't admit he was banned from Albertsons.
Allegedly talk to you, say I'm a nuisance to the community. Piss off.
One Casper resident said, and I quote, "Josh is a huge nuisance to the Casper community."
Kiss my Asperger's. You don't ask to be harassed. I sure as hell don't. But for the foreseeable future, if I do go to a bar or any bar and drink, I don't get blackout drunk, and I don't mention the bar where I'm at if I film, just so the bar doesn't get harassed. And
I think the bar getting harassed is one problem, but you know when you go in there smelling like a dumpster, and you know being a smoker, and getting belligerently drunk every time you go to the bar, that's the issue, Cobes. You're a nuisance to the community. Like the trolls, like you know if you didn't smell so bad and look so bad and all that, bars probably wouldn't care. Albertsons probably wouldn't care. The trolls just make it a cherry on top where they are gonna ban you every time. And man, this guy that did the documentary did a great job. He got Cobes on so many different things and saw them in real time.
Thought the people who filmed the documentary were fans, but the dude's calling me dumb.
Even though he's dumb.
Then at the same time, he's like, "Oh yeah, Josh is a good dude, you know, this and that." I'm just like, okay, whatever. It kind of felt like the writer was kind of dogging on me a little bit.
By the time we finished cooking, which lasted around 5 to 6 hours, we definitely didn't have time to do the interview. Pouring alcohol straight onto his floor and generally slurring around.
I like the way that turned out based off the reaction that it's getting. I'm like, that's what I was going for. Otherworldly and just like next level. One of my taste buds.
Like he could have like made the documentary where it wasn't like dogging on me or anything. I'm just like, well, if you had a problem with me, why'd you film it in the first place? And if you're a fan, why would you call me dumb? You know, people think just because I have Asperger's that I'm some useless retard who can't tie his shoes.
I mean, the guy that filmed it was a troll. I mean, that's all it was. Josh unknowingly invited a troll, and he didn't even think twice about it because he just assumed it was a fan. Josh doesn't have any real fans. I mean, he's got a handful of pay pigs, but he doesn't have like any real fans. They're all trolls. He's got the same problem as Cyrax. He doesn't understand what infamy is.
Well, dingy trying to mix it, but yeah, okay, well, it's okay. Splash that there.
It is what it is, man. I'm used to the critique and the stereotypes.
Josh also cooked the bacon for way too long, and it made the house really smoky. It was so bad that we had to keep switching off of cameras to go in the other room and cough. The sheer amount of Cajun seasoning that Josh used also made my nose run like really bad.
I'm not trying to force anything. I'm just doing my thing. Like, people gotta read too much into it and throw labels. It's so stupid.
Your thing's gross.
So low-cal bullshit.
You're gross,
but it is
bro.
what it is. I appreciate the exposure nonetheless. As you can see in this video, I dusted off my damn TV stand.
All right, well, that's the end of this one, guys. I just wanted to bring this to you. I've been waiting for that Cobra release for a long time, and the documentary is really fantastic. The original, I don't remember the guy's name that made it, but I'll link it down in the description. And this is from Boglum Chronicles. And if you follow Cobes, you know who Boglum is. He always does a great job condensing these Cobra videos from 3 hours, 2 hours long, down into manageable pieces. So have a great one, everybody. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Have a good one.